So how do you make chords from just a drum loop? No MIDI. Let's check it out. I'm on this track and I've used a loop from the Ableton pack, Chop and Swing. My one is not your one. And in the other video that I did, check the link above, I just showed you how to make sort of 808 in key boom sort of thing. So there's the boom. I'm in F minor here. So I'll just show you that. That's dry, wet, dry, bring it in. So that sort of boom thing is there. I'll leave it in. Just turn it down. But what we're going to look at is the resonators. Now I'm using Ableton Live 12.2. So since then, there's a few extra features. And one is that some of the devices, audio devices, have now got scale aware of this thing here, which is use the current scale. So what that means is if you go into the audio clip, normally this wouldn't be here. This would only be on MIDI. But now it's on audio clips because there are some devices that you can react to the scale. So I've turned this on and set it to F minor. So go back to the device. So if I turn this on, it's going to respond and influence notes corresponding to the key. All sounds too complicated, that. So I'll turn it off and I'll just play the drum loop so you can see what happens. So this is completely dry. Nothing. In fact, I'll turn this boom off so it doesn't get in the way. So if I turn this up now, you can hear something happening. So you've got here, I've turned the filter off. You know what a filter does. And this is just the decay of the notes. What is it? The time it takes the resonator to be silent after getting an input signal. It's the decay, how long it takes to disappear. So you can change this and we'll move this just to add, extra sort of shaping to the sound. But here you've got the root notes, okay? The first of the note, and it's on, and that's the root note. So by default, it's C. And then you can add other notes on top to make chords or harmonies. So we're going to press this, and it's now gone 0 SD. Now, if I unclick it, semitones, ST, are the individual notes that go up one by one. So it would go C, C sharp, D. If I turn it into semitones, I would move it and it will add semitones. So that's like every note on the piano. But don't worry about that too much. Check some of my other videos out. I talk in a bit more depth about keys and stuff like that. But in this case, if I press this, it's now going to follow the key, the current scale. So if I go to this clip here, we said F minor. Okay, I love F minor. So go back to the device. So what I need to do now is it will play an F. Now, how are you going to know that? Well, I use the handy tuner device. So do that now and it should show us it's an F. There you go. So if I move this now, it says SD. If I turn it off, it'll say the root note, which is by default is C2, and you change it here. But we're getting it to follow our key. So as soon as I press this, straight away, it says SD, which is scale degrees. So 0 is just F, the root note. But I can move this, so watch what happens. I'm going to use my cursor keys. I could actually just play a... So as I'm moving this, it's playing notes from F minor. So if I start to add other notes on top, it will eventually make a chord or it will harmonize with itself. So let's just leave it on 0 for now and then add another. So now it's just going to duplicate it. It's 2 Fs. If I move this now, now unfortunately the tuner is like a guitar tuner or a synth tuner. It only listens to one note. So that's not really going to help us right now, but it's adding notes from that scale. So you can effectively make chords. Doesn't even matter if you don't know what the chord is. I can add another. I can go higher or lower as well. So I like that. You can have another one as well. And I'll go. So that's basically one chord. Now, the good thing about this is because you've got scale aware, I'll just copy this up here a bit. I'll move it and then I'll copy it and I'm going to make it a different color. Now, I could go in here and I can change the scale, the key signature basically, but I know that a G minor chord would work in the same in F minor. So if I play them both together, I know they're going to work, but that's just trial and error. It doesn't matter actually. If you don't know, just try it. So if I play this one now, the green one, but when I click the next clip, it's going to react to different intervals. So basically you can put whatever key and it will react to it. So just to show, I'll do another one. I'll just duplicate because it's an audio clip here. And then I'll just try something completely different. So I'm going to go B flat major. All right, A sharp, B flat major. And then, so I'm making chords, and if you move these pitches around, you can get, you know, some nice results. So I'm back to the first one, which was stick on F. And you can change the individual volumes as well. Now, doing it this way, you're kind of pretty limited to an almost guesswork. Because I tried those, it was like G and then B flat. I know a little bit about music. Well, I know some music theory, so I'm kind of guessing a little bit, but I kind of know some that work. So that might not work for you. So there's another way of doing it even better. So this way, you can kind of follow on. Now, I've done one already here, so I'll turn those off. There's my tuner, which I'll leave on. Now, what I've done is I've made an audio effect rack. So I'll show you what it looks like, and then I'll do it again. So I've got all these variations. This is what it sounds like. If I just do this now. Right, you can tell it's one I've made earlier, can't you? So if I do that. Right. So variation 1. And if you watch, this will change here. I do like that one. Okay, so using the variations in the rack, it's basically like pre-programmed. I've sort of moved it and gone, I like that one. So I'll show you how to build it. And then also I can trigger it using my keys. If you see here, you can't, it's quite difficult to automate. You need to use third-party Max for Life stuff to really automate it as such. But you can map it to keys or a MIDI controller and change it. So if I press play, I'm using my keyboard. So let's build it from scratch. So if I ungroup, that's it. It's just resonators. So we know it's following the key. Go back into here, F minor. Okay, it really doesn't matter what you choose here. It will follow it regardless. So the good thing about this is once you've built this rack, you just set the key of your clip and it'll work. Simple as that. So the time put in now, you'll benefit from later and you can save this. But let's go back into the detail view. So there's my resonators in key. And I've made this particular one. But, you know, I'll reset it just so you can see. So all I need to do is click at the top. You can press Command G or just right mouse click and group. So now we have a rack. So if I open it, you can see resonators. And if you go to here, you've got the macro controls. None of them are mapped to anything. Now, if I press plus, you can have up to 16 variations. You don't need that, but you could do. You could map everything. So I'm going to map the, I could map the decay, but I want to just map the notes of the resonators. I'm going to do 5. Do as many or as little as you want. But first of all, what you need to do is go over each and then right mouse click and map that to macro 1. Boom. So when I move this now, it moves the note. Right, that's all you need to do, because you can't have variations and snapshots unless you actually map stuff to it. So I'm just going to do this real quick. Okay, so done this. I've got all 5 over here. So I'm going to minimize to maximize it so you can see. In fact, I might just put the decay on number 6. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of all of them until I've just got those. I'll leave it like 8. It looks better, doesn't it? So what I do now is I'm going to add, click here, and you get the macro variations, right? The show hide macro variations. So I'm going to just press new, and there you go, variation 1. All right, so if I press play now, wherever I move these, and remember this one, the first note actually can sort of say what the root of it. So this can actually make chords. So I'm going to leave this one on F. Turn my tuner on. There is F. Okay, so I'll leave it as that. No, I don't like it. I'm going to go make it more higher. Okay, so say I like that one. Okay, you can do better than that. So all I need to do now is press new, and I've got another one. Now this one, I'm going to change this. So I'll leave everything else, but I'll just change the root. I'm just going to keep doing them. Press new, and I'll do different ones. And I'll add one more, and this one. So I've changed the decay. So what happens now is each one of these, if you click on them, you'll see they move. They're like having little presets. So you've now made a resonator preset rack. So drum chords, we'll call it, because that's what we make. And you can mess around with these, make it sound much better. You can drop a filter in here, any effects, compressor, that kind of thing. I actually did put a cheeky little echo. I'll put that in there. And then, I mean, you can just start to go wild now, yeah. And then I add a hybrid reverb, and I'll just drag that in as well. I mean, you could even add the dry wet of these. So if I just press dry wet now on here, I'll map that to 7. So dry wet. I could rename it for echo. In fact, I will, just to show you. I'll just call it just echo, and I'll leave it like that. So if you look over here, that's the dry wet. So I'm going like this. And then I had hybrid reverb, and I'll just do the same thing. So I'll put the echo down. And I use the shimmer on this one. It kind of like adds like an octave higher sort of thing. Yeah, you can go wild with this one as well. I'm just going to put it there. And we'll add this to macro 8. So there you go, we've got this. And all of this I made from this one drum beat. So if I now play this drum beat alongside it, but I can get rid of the resonators on this. So I've just got, I'll just stop it there, make it into a scene. In fact, I'll bring it down one more because I can't remember what's over there. Pull them together. So if I play this one now, there's your drums. I'll bring my 808 vibe in. Do check the other video if you want to know how to configure that. And then I know it's there, so what I'll do, I'll just play this. So before I forget, if you press Command K or Control K for on a PC, or you just press key up there, anything that's orange, it's supposed to be orange, that can be mapped. So if I click on variation 1, I'm pressing 1 on my keyboard, and then 2, 3, 4. And then to get out of it, you press Command K again, or just go up to key. So now when I press 1, 2, 3, 4, I've got variations triggered by the keys. If I move something, you've got to take a snapshot. It overwrites what's stored. There you go, like that. So the next one, I'll add an echo. So take a snapshot, boom, literally like taking a picture of it. Once you've got that, you've got like a rack from here. You could just save that. I call it drum chords. Save it into your user library under presets. I mean, I'll save that now. There you go. So that's the idea. You can make chords from it. And then once you've got this now, so this drum loop here, if you remember, we went into it and it was F minor. No matter what, if you bring another drum loop in, now this, I have no idea how this is going to sound, so I'll just pick another one. Unfair break. I'm just going to drop it in. Is that where I had it? Oh no, this one. Put it there. Just make it yellow so you can see. Now this, I will listen to it without the drum rack on. Just have a look what it is. Just turn it. So, and for this one, let's make it, well, C major. It just by default, it went to that. So, and then turn it on. A little happier. So it'll work. And then run it alongside that as well. 2, 3, 4. Try it yourself. I'm sure you can come up with something interesting, but that's basically resonators. So it's adding resonant frequencies to anything that comes in, whether it could be anything, just percussion. It could just be a hi-hat pattern. Whatever you want to try, put it on an audio channel, set the key, choose the key you want, and then make sure that the resonator is set to use current scale. And then you're off. Try something. I'm sure you can come up with something really great there. Just experiment. That's what it's all about. And if you haven't already, please do like and subscribe so I can keep making stuff like this and better. Thanks for watching.